Good morning and welcome to my channel. We are looking at a fern, Nephrolepis exaltata. It is a fancy variety of it because if you look at the leaves, they are a little bit curly, and the original species have leaves that are completely flat. Actually, what we look at, the curly part, is not a leaf itself, it's only part of a leaf. I think it's called a leaflet. The leaf is the entire thing that grows from the level of the ground till the end, and these are leaves. The leaves are huge, and there is no stem here. Well, the stem is very shortened, and this is a plant, a very ancient plant, evolutionary ancient plant. So it is not propagated by seeds, it's propagated by spores, and that's why it doesn't have roots. It has something that is called rhizomes, and well, they have a form, they have a function of roots, but they are not roots as we know them in plants that are propagated by seeds, that have flowers and produce seeds. And these are also structures, rhizomes, that are supposed to give the plant air, just like orchids have those air roots. Ferns, this particular fern has them too, but they are completely evolutionary. They are completely different things. I am showing you this fern even though it is not a succulent. I usually focus on succulents. I got this plant from a friend for whom it got too big, and somehow it was summertime. I took it to put it outside, and then I took it back inside. This is not the original spot where I keep this plant. I keep it packed on a shelf, and it is waiting for summer, for a better weather, to go outside again. It's a very easy plant to keep. The only thing you have to remember is not to overwater it. It does like to be watered regularly. However, it doesn't like when the water is stagnant in a bowl in which the spot is placed. It likes to be watered, but not too much. The soil is quite rich, although not very heavy. There is plenty of peat moss in this pot, in this soil here. I really like ferns, and many times I tried to start a collection of ferns. I was buying tiny ferns and I kept them, and then they were dying. And this one somehow seems to be easy, seems to be thriving. And I like this plant also because when I was growing up in Poland, this was the most popular plant, and almost everybody had ferns in their homes, and they were in every classroom. There were just not that many different houseplants available, and these ones, these ferns, because they were easy to keep, because they were not very demanding, they somehow were found everywhere. And now that science is a little bit more developed than before, scientists at NASA have discovered that ferns have a very unique ability to absorb all the pollutant from the air, and they say that having a fern at home is a really healthy thing. Just like snake plants, which are sansevierias. Sansevierias apparently have the same ability, and so do many more plants, but somehow ferns are more efficient than other plants. Okay, so if you have plenty of space, if you have a shelf on which to put a fern like that, I strongly recommend it. And maybe, who knows, maybe I will try again with small ferns. At nursery stores there are so many different species and so many different varieties. Some of them are very beautiful. One of those species is staghorn or platycerium. I find it fascinating. It's a fern that has very flat leaves, just like stag horns, and branched, and they look just like stag horns or elk's horns, even though they are called stag horns. So I might try it again. I was trying it and I were never successful with it. So maybe having this plant and being successful with it, maybe it will help me with the other species again, to try again. Okay, so thank you very much for watching my video. I hope you like my fern. I like it a lot and I am quite fond of it. Have an amazing day.